Hello, slicers and homies alike. I'm here to bring you some few tips, pointers on Stardew. It's kind of getting to be a bigger game, and there's a lot of things I didn't fully quite understand when getting started that would be useful information, such as like how to get more money, taking care of like chickens and shit. So yeah, I'm gonna help you guys out a bit. In case you're wondering what's going on here, this is the kitchen upgrade. You get like a fridge and a stove. You can put food in the fridge, and any materials in the fridge allows you to pull it over here from the stove. I don't know how to do like anything, but it'll be highlighted all the way if you can make it with what's in your fridge or what's on you. Over here's a keg. If you need to get like any type of alcohol, you just put fruits or veggies in there and get different kinds of alcohol. And these are ovens. If you don't know what an oven is, the blacksmith guy comes up to your house and he's like, hey, oh, here's a furnace, build a furnace, and you can smelt down metals. You need 5 nuggets of the metal and 1 coal to melt it down. And then after a amount of time, you can collect it. You just have to have the ore in your hand, and then you right click on the furnace. So yeah, here's my wife, and she'll tell me that she did stuff. So she watered my crops today, which is nice, and she filled the cat's bowl, so I don't have to water my crops because she did it for me. That's a good incentive to do that. Now, how you can get someone to how to marry somebody? You find someone who's single. I'm pretty sure you could do same sex if that floats your fancy. But what you want to do is you want to go on the wiki, see what their favorite thing is, and trying to give them as much of their favorite thing as possible. You can do that twice a week for twice every week. So you give them 2 gifts, and then next week you can give them 2 gifts restarting on Sunday. And also they will become slightly unhappy if you don't talk to them all the time. So every time you get a chance to, try and talk to them every day. Okay, so I'm down here at the beach, which is south of town, and this is going to be how you marry your the person you're interested in. So once you get to 10 hearts, which is you're giving them either something they love or something they like, twice a week, and keep that going until you get to 10. Once you get to, I think it's 8, you can give them a bouquet, which is purchasable at Pierre's shop in the center of town. And then you give it to the person you're interested in, and they'll be like, oh my gosh, yay, and now you're boyfriend and girlfriend. Now, once you hit 10, you have to wait until it's raining, and you gotta come to this side after giving 300 wood to this bridge, and this guy will be here. You'll talk to him. Right now he's like, glad the amulet worked out for you. You have to buy an amulet from this guy, okay? You'll get like stuff in the mail saying that if you want to take it to the next step, you gotta buy an amulet. He's only here when it's raining, and you have to have 10 hearts. If you don't have 10 hearts, he'll be like, "Hey yo, come back when you actually need this." I don't think you need it yet, but you come here and you buy it for 5,000 gold. It's 5,000 gold, and then you give it to your woman, and then she'll say, "We'll have the wedding 3 days." And the second you wake up on the 3rd day, the wedding will start. So yeah, got my plants up here. These scarecrows are actually kind of nice. They will ward off crows so that they won't pick at your plants. So this is the starter coop. This is the one that you buy first. Now, if you want to get chickens, chickens are really profitable. I recommend them more than cows. But what you're going to want to do before you get that is you want to get one of these. You don't need 2. I have 2 because I've been getting a lot of chickens. But this is a silo, and this is how you're going to be able to feed your chickens. Now, this grass over here, you hit it with a scythe, and you'll get a little hay. I'm purposely not hitting it because I want to get more hay to save up for winter and such. But whenever you do that, you come in here, and there will be like a little hay tuft here. Take that, it'll go in your inventory. And you just bring that over here and spread that out over that. And another thing you're going to want to do when you have chickens is, no, don't eat the egg. you're going to want to make sure that you're petting them every day to keep them happy. Now, I don't know how happy these ones are because they're the newer ones, but they seem to be pretty happy. Don't mind the names. I just put random stuff in there because I can't be bothered with naming things. So yeah, the happier they are, the more likely they are to lay large eggs. Quit trying to eat it. And larger eggs by themselves are worth more. And if you try and make mayonnaise with the eggs, you'll always get gold tier mayonnaise with like the heart next to it if you use a large egg. Now, they're not eating this hay because after I pick up all their eggs and I touch them all, I open up this thing right here, and they come out and they eat this grass. They will always prefer the grass, and I think they become happier for it. So they don't eat much grass, but they do eat it. Now, something you're not going to understand, maybe you've been playing and you found a dinosaur egg. If you find a dinosaur egg, and you get the second upgrade for a coop from the lady that sells stuff, you can put it in this incubator right here, and in a certain amount of time, I didn't keep track of it, but you just throw it in there and forget about it, and then you'll walk in here and they'll say that you got a new baby lizard. I used to have a whole coop filled with them, but I found out they're not very profitable because they don't lay eggs often. Even though the eggs are 350 each, they don't lay them often. So I kind of just weaned off of them, and I got rid of most of them. I kept one just for the sake of sake. Another thing that you're going to want to make sure with the chickens is that when it's raining or nighttime, you have this closed. They will become unhappy if you leave it open overnight. Like, they'll start to become unhappy. They go back in the coop at 5 p.m. Now, you could choose just not to let them out. I think they become happier if you let them out, but you can still get them pretty damn happy without letting them out and just feeding them inside there. But as long as you just remember to close these whenever they all go in at 5, and they'll be happier for it. Also, you're going to want to make sure that you have your coops fenced off if you're going to let them outside, or else they'll try and run away. So they can't get out of here. There's grass for them to eat. It's a good setup. You want to keep something like this. Make sure that they can't run away. Very important tip. In the winter, it's going to get chilly outside, and you need to buy one of these. This is a heater. You could buy it from the woman who sells the hay and the animals. I think they're 1,000 each, or 1,000 or 2,000 each. You want to put these in all your chicken coops to keep them warm, or else they'll start to get unhappy. So it's a wise investment to get these in there before winter starts to keep them warm. Also, a good way to make money if you plan on doing chickens is you make mayonnaise machines, and this mayo will sell for a nice price. Now, like I was saying earlier, I used a large egg to make this mayo, and it's worth 165. This one's worth 110. There is a nice difference, so keep that in mind. It also works with large milk, and if you use goats, I think goat cheese is worth more than cow cheese. But keep that in mind. Taking care of cows, pretty simple stuff too. The exact same stuff. You're gonna need to get a bucket from the lady you bought cows from. You have to buy a bucket. I think it's like 50 gold. But you need that to do everything. Now, if you notice, I'm right-clicking on the cow before I milk the cow, because you gotta make it happy, and then you also want milk. It's kind of hard for a large one, but yeah, they'll lay. You can get regular milk and large milk from cows and goats, and if you use large milk, you get gold tier stuff. So large stuff, when you put it into a mixer or such, you will get a better tiered product. Therefore, it'll be worth more. This is where you go to purchase animals once you've built a barn and silo. Also, helpful tip, in the winter, if you run out of hay, you don't just give up on your animals. You can come here to buy hay. It can be pricey, but if you got a good amount of money going, it'll help you out. Now, there's usually a nice woman standing right behind here, but I guess she went out to lunch or something. Oh, Tuesday. The women in Tago aerobics. Fuck. You just ask her, you'll purchase animals, and as long as you meet the building requirements, meaning if you have a basic coop, you can only get chickens. If you have a deluxe coop, you can get ducks, and if you have the biggest coop, you can get rabbits. I don't even know what you do with rabbits, but, you know. You can also buy hay here, so it's not do or die. You don't have to, you can water the bowl. Like, if you take your watering can and put your water in that bowl for your cat or dog, you will fill it up, but it does nothing, just so you know. It doesn't make them happy or sad or anything. It doesn't improve their health, it's just there. If you got money laying around, or not money, resources, you can make some of these bee houses. They're kind of nice to have around, because every once in a while they'll just be full of honey. Pick that up, dump that off. Another thing that I'm going to go over briefly is the, there's some bears over here, is the community thing, the community center. Now, whenever I first saw the community center, I'm like, okay, I don't really want to waste my time with this, but as I became more aware of the game, it's actually kind of important if you want to get some really nice stuff, like that really ugly portion of your land that is like a broken down house. That's actually a greenhouse, and if you finish, I believe, this pantry here, the research for the pantry, you unlock the greenhouse. Yeah, okay. So you unlock the greenhouse if you complete all these. They're usually, these ones are actually kind of easy, with the exception of this, which is going to be kind of annoying. But what you do is it gives you a list of items, and you can pick any of these 6 to display. So I just put in goat cheese, and now I just need 3 more. It's looking like the top row is going to be the easiest, unless you already got trees growing, because it takes 28 days to get a fruit tree, and it costs an arm and a leg. So it's looking like these are going to be your best bet. But after you complete these, you get a reward, and every time you complete a node, you get a mini reward. If you're wondering how you get to this, like you don't see that, or if you don't see this community center thing from your escape menu, whenever the mayor brings you in here, you want to come over this way, and you want to come down this, and you want to activate this, and then later the wizard guy will talk to you, and then you should be able to activate all this stuff. But this is, you get some nice stuff from doing these, like upgrades to the town that also benefit you. Like, this one removes the glittering boulder. Don't know what that is yet. This one gives you friendship with people, like a bunch of different people. This one repairs the bus, and I'll talk about that later. But the bus is to do the next highest level of dungeon after you beat all of the dungeon in town. If you can, where's the map? See, this is where the dungeon is, the mines. And then the desert is out here. That's where the bus takes you. So if you donate all the money for that, you unlock the bus. And also, if you do all the research for here, you unlock the mine carts, which are pretty convenient, take you all over. So some of these are easier than others, but I'm really working for that greenhouse because you're able to grow anything year-round. Let's head on down to the beach. I'll cut this out. Okay, so coming to the beach is really nice, especially after a storm, because a lot of stuff will wash up on shore, and you can get some easy money this way, especially if you're waiting on trying to romance somebody or become friends with someone. By the way, if you ever see these worms, take out your hoe, hit it, and you'll get items. That's also, to my knowledge, the only way you can get a dinosaur egg. But right here, this bridge will require 300 wood to build, and you're probably like thinking that's kind of a waste. It's actually really useful because you can get coral and sea urchins from here. It's not all the time. Come down like every day or two and see what's cooking in here. And each of these are worth a pretty penny, like 160. This one's worth 120. They're worth coming down. Another tip: you can rummage through people's trash cans, but if someone sees you, you might lose some friendship meter with them. Okay, so we're at the blacksmith here, and you might come across geodes in the game, frozen geodes, any kind of geode you're going to want to bring here. And what you can do is for 25 monies, you can crack open geodes and see what resources you get. So you can get some really good stuff or some really meh stuff. Like, I don't even know what that is. What is that? Granite. Got some iron. Now, you can also get some really nice gemstones from here, like diamonds, even Iridium, which is the N tier metal. Over here is a museum. Now, I'm going to encourage you to bring stuff here, because the more stuff you bring here, he'll give you rewards. Some are better than others, but you can get some nice stuff from here. So, he wants these. I unlocked a new reward. So let's see what I get. Dwarvish Translation Guide. Okay. That can actually come in handy. By the way, once you learn the Dwarvish, this is what the tombstone translates it into Dwarvish. Teach you how to fish real quick. So, fishing in this game, this meter here, whenever you're about to cast, this is just how far you cast out. It has nothing to do with what quality of fish, from what I understand. So all the way out, it's going to go as far as it can go. You're going to wait for it to shake and it'll make that noise. Then you click. And you want to keep the fish inside of the green bar. Now, if a chest appears, you can grab the chest. I highly recommend going for those chests, because you can get like diamonds and some nice stuff. Sometimes it's shit, but I found that it's worth it. Got a sunfish, and I got amethyst and bait. Now, this is a perfect opportunity to show you how to use bait. So you got bait here. You want to put it on your fishing rod. All you do is have it in your hand. Right-click the fishing rod. Now you got bait. The speed in which stuff will get on your line will increase. Another thing is, as you progress in fishing, Willie will give you access to better rods. They're pricey, but they make the green bar bigger. So you should definitely try and do that. Also, the shit tier stuff you get from fishing, like sunglasses and the like, you can make something called a recycler. Where is it? Right here. And it'll make those into better things. Like glasses gives you refined quartz, so it's some good stuff. I would definitely see into it, and I would save your CDs and your glasses. If you want to make bait, whenever you head over to the mine, we're here, you'll fight some bugs on some of the earlier levels. You can take the bug meat and make it into bait, and then put that on your fishing rod. And you can also put it inside these, where is it? These crab pots. Now, there's going to be a perk later. You're going to choose between, like, I think it's fish are worth more, or crab pots are cheaper to make. I would pick the crab pots, because they can give you some really nice dough. Another thing you also want to keep in mind is you want to make sure that you're completing this. If you plan on doing this guide, you want to stay with the season. So make sure you're getting at least one of all of these just for the community house if you want all these nice things. Because it really sucks when you're in the position like I was in, and it was winter, and you're like, man, I really want to get a greenhouse now. And you got to get all the crops from summer, fall, and spring together, and all these. The annual bundle's pretty easy, but it could be a real taxing. So make sure you keep on that with the seasons. You don't want to miss out on any of the crops and have to restart. Another tip, while the winter seasons feel like, well, the winter season feels completely useless, I would use that time to start upgrading your watering can. Now, the watering can upgrades don't just like raise the amount of water, but you can water higher square areas. So like with the copper one, you can do a 1x3, and with the next one up, you could do like I think a 3x3, and the Iridium one is really nice. It gives you like a 3x8, and you can just water a whole thing in like a second. So I would urge you to upgrade your watering can and your axe in the winter when trees can't grow and when plants can't grow, so that you're not stuck in the middle of a season and you don't have an axe and you don't have a watering can. And you can do those upgrades at the blacksmith, provided you bring 5 of the ingot. So if you have just your regular watering can, you're going to need 5 copper and the appropriate money. I don't remember off the top of my head what the appropriate money is, but it doesn't change how many ingots you need. You always need 5. So first you bring copper, then iron, then gold, then iridium, and that's probably the best time to upgrade the watering can and the axe. Better times to upgrade the pickaxe is probably going to be in that spring season whenever you're going to be busy farming. Also, there's this cave really close to your house, and you walk in here and you're like, what the hell is this? There's nothing here. Eventually, one of the guys from up in Robin's house comes and asks you if you want fruit bats or mushrooms. I have not tried the fruit bats. The mushrooms are kind of nice, but I have not tried the fruit bats. So either way, you're going to be making money. Another helpful tip. It's slightly an exploit. So just before winter, well, during winter, your grass is gonna die, and you don't want that to happen because that's valuable hay. So something you can do to save all of it is whenever you're slashing at your hay and one of your silos gets full, every time you slash your hay, you won't get any more hay. So a way around that without getting another silo, which I did because I want another silo. Whenever there's food missing from here, okay? So you have yet to feed your chickens or ducks this morning. You can pull out all the hay. You just keep pulling it out until it's empty. And then you can go chop more of your grass until you don't get any more, the hay symbol doesn't appear up anymore. And then you pull it back out, and you keep doing that until you've gotten out all the hay on your land, and you'll be stockpiled for the winter. You can just take that hay, put it in like a chest or something, and you'll be set. If you ever want to dispense it back into the silo, you just come over here with it in your hand, and you right-click on this, and it'll shove as much as it can back into the silos. How I made a bunch of money early game is, early game, I didn't want to be concerned with upgrading my my tools. I was more concerned about my weapon for the mines, and that was about it. So whenever I would get gold nuggets, I would make them into ingots. So yeah, five nuggets and 1 coal gets a ingot, and then I would sell them, and I would sell tons of them. And while gold is useful for upgrades, I found I wasn't really using it early game, so I just started melting it all and selling it all. Now, the deeper you go into the cave, the harder the enemies are, and you get the obsidian edge, which is the one I use right now, as a reward for one of the levels. But I highly recommend that if you got $2,000 laying around, that you go to the Adventurers Guild and you buy the Claymore. It hits really hard, it's slow, but it hits really hard, and it will get you to the point where you can get this. The Claymore is really good, and it helps a lot. This concludes some tips I have for the game. If you have any questions about anything, I'll try and answer them. I'm not an expert in this game. I'm just casually playing and thought I might help out to post some tips and tricks. So thanks for watching.